Guys, it's John here, and after a long ass time, we are back with MBNJohn Hunger Games number 12. There are 48 players. This is the third McGrumps edition, and we're basically representing all the McGrumps that have yet to be featured. Of course, there's some that still were in previous ones, but for the most part, it's ones that have yet to be in the Hunger Games series. So let's start from the top. We got me and my in real life buds. Me, Bryce, Chase, and George. And then we got people I know like very well. Andrew, Kevin, Iron, and Tanner. Also people I know very well. Poyo, Jacoy, Fries, and Taju. All those motherfuckers that live in Arizona. Other than Tanner, of course. Edgar, Ikeem, Mario, and Hagen. We got some of the Much Games crew and Cole, Moogle, and Colette. As well as Jay Vertis. We got all this friend group with Fluffy, Calco, Solar Flare, and Sonic Crafter King. District 7, we got another group of friends with Melissa, Elmeister, Tina, and Ozranium. District 8 is kind of just a random jumble of people, if we're to be honest. Cyrus, Ouija, Fernando, and Jose. District 9, we have people who mainly came from Super Smash Survivor, being Aura, Brainish, Pixie, and Digi. District 10, we got some of the wrestling people as well as some of the Mario Party TV people like Naji, King Kirby, Joshua, and Young Samurai. In District 11, we got Bao Gaming, Ranger, Mr. Krabs, and Professional Nub. And in District 12, we had TJ, Yellow Fever, Brandon Cuevas, and Jose Blanco. Okay, let's get to it. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Fernando runs away. Yellow runs away. Cyrus and Edgar fight for a bag, but Cyrus gives up and retreats. Chase, Brainish, Young, and Hagen share everything they gather before running. Brandon grabs a sword. Joshua runs away. Cole grabs a sword. Nub runs away. Jacoy runs away. King Kirby, Bryce, and Fries work together to get as many supplies. Colette runs away. Mario runs away. Jose Blanco runs away. Solar breaks Aura's nose for a basket of bread. Damn, rip Aura's nose already. Digi runs away. Krabs snatches a pair of sais. Kevin clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Naji scares Elmeister away from the cornucopia. Bo, Andrew, and Poyo work together to get as many supplies. Ouija runs away. Calco runs away, Iron runs away, George runs away, Ozranium and Moogle fight for a bag. Moogle gives up and retreats. Sonic finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Fluffy and Pixie fight for a bag, but Fluffy gives up and retreats. Tina runs away, Jay Vertis runs away, Ikeem runs away, I scare Tanner away from the cornucopia, Taju breaks Ranger's nose with a basket of bread, Jose runs away, and Melissa scares TJ away. I don't think anyone died. At least yet. Cole picks flowers. Bryce overhears Fries and Aura talking in the distance. Blanco runs away from Joshua. I go hunting. Jose discovers a river. Brainish receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Ouija receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Nub, Fluffy, Andrew, and Poyo hunt for other tributes. Ikeem travels to higher ground. Jacoy strangles Chase with a rope. Boom. Yellow searches for firewood. Solar scares Elmeister off. Digi goes hunting. Pixie receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Young hunts for other tributes. Krabs fishes. Iron receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Ranger, Bao, Ozranium, and Naji hunt for other tributes. Kevin dies from hunger. Jay Vertis overhears TJ and Hagen talking in the distance. Tina and Tanman fight King Kirby and Cyrus. King Kirby and Cyrus survive, meaning Tina and Tanner rest in peace. Melissa receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Fernando runs away. Calco practices his archery. Brandon receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Moogle does as well. Colette shoots an arrow at Sonic but misses and kills Edgar instead. George and Mario split up to search for resources. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Chase, Kevin, Tina, Tan Man, and Edgar. Rest in peace. Night 1. Blanco tries to sing himself to sleep. Andrew receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Joshua cries himself to sleep. John thinks about home. Jbertus sets up camp for the night. Pixie and Elmeister and Brainish cheerfully sing songs together. Sonic climbs up a tree to rest. Yellow is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Moogle tends to his needs. George fends Colette, Digi, and Jose away from his fire. Ranger and Fries huddle for warmth. Interesting. Cole convinces Calco to snuggle with him. Even more interesting. Fluffy lets Iron into his shelter. Poyo thinks about home. Aura, King, Kirby, and Oz discuss the game and what might happen in the morning. Nub cooks his food before putting his fire out. Bryce destroys Bow's supplies while he's asleep. That menace. Solar receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Cyrus is awoken by nightmares. Melissa cries herself to sleep. Aww. Teju looks at the night sky. Chakoi receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. TJ receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Krabs, Fernando, and Hagen unsuccessfully ambush young Ikem and Brandon, who kill them instead. Ouija looks at the night sky. Mario quietly hums. Naji tries to treat his infection. TJ fishes. Jbertus and Melissa work together to drown Blanco. Poyo diverts Jose's attention and runs away. Oz severely slices Young with a sword. Ouch. Nub goes hunting. Naji unknowingly eats toxic berries. Pixie runs away from Ranger. Calco steals from Andrew while he isn't looking. Digi tries to sleep through the entire day. Brandon collects fruit from a tree. Colette attacks Fries, but he manages to escape. Chakoi and Ouija work together for the day. Solar hunts for other tributes. Fluffy practices his archery. Bao begs Brian to kill him, but he refuses, keeping Bao alive. Sonic goes hunting. George, King Kirby, Ikem, and Teju hunt for other tributes. Joshua explores the arena. Bryce hunts for other tributes. Cyrus kills Yellow for his supplies. Brainish and Moogle split up to search for resources. Elmeister questions his sanity. Mario receives an explosive. Aura fishes. Cole sprains his ankle while running away from me. Alright, time for an arena event, as a tsunami rolls into the arena. Nub and Oz smash their head together as the tsunami rolls, leaving them both to drown. Digi survives. Joshua defeats Calco but throws him to the river to make sure he dies. Fries fatally injures himself on debris. King Kirby survives. Cole defeats Jbertus but throws him in the water to make sure he dies. Pixie survives. Bao defeats Brandon and throws him into the water. Poyo survives. George defeats Melissa and throws her into the water. Chakoi and Sonic smash their heads together and they both drown. TJ survives. Andrew and Mario smash their heads together and they both drown. Aura survives. Elmeister and Ouija smash their heads together and they both drown. Same with Bryce and Iron. Ouch. Fluffy survives. Teju survives. Colette survives. Jose defeats Ikem and throws him to the water to make sure he dies. Cyrus survives. Ranger fatally injures himself on debris. Moogle survives. Solar holds John under the water to drown. Damn. Brainish survives. 25 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Krabs. Fernando. Hagen. Jose Blanco. Young. Naji. Yellow. Nub. Oz. Calco. Fries. Jbertus. Brandon. Melissa. Chakoi. Sonic. Andrew. Mario. Elmeister. Ouija. Bryce. Iron. Ikem. Ranger. And John. Now for night 2. Aura climbs a tree to rest. Teju defeats George in a fight but spares his life. Bao fends Jose, Cole, and Solar away from his fire. Joshua begs for Pixie to kill him. He refuses, keeping Joshua alive. Fluffy tends to his wounds. Colette defeats TJ but spares his life. King Kirby questions his sanity. Brainish strangles Digi with a rope. Cyrus attempts to start a fire, but it's unsuccessful. Poyo receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor, and Moogle tries to sing himself to sleep. George stalks Solar. TJ tracks down and kills Cyrus. Jose makes a wooden spear. Bao is unable to convince Colette to not kill him. Poyo fishes. Cole tries to spearfish with a trident. Aura tries to spearfish with a trident. Tiju receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. King Kirby practices his archery. Moogle searches for firewood. Joshua goes hunting. Brainish discovers a river. Pixie makes a wooden spear. And Fluffy makes a wooden spear. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Digi, Cyrus, and Bao. Rest in peace. Tiju and Moogle talk about the tributes still alive. This is night 3, by the way. Joshua stays awake all night. Brainish cooks his food before putting his fire out. TJ loses sight of where he is. Colette, Fluffy, King Kirby, and Solar tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Jose looks at the night sky. Cole and Pixie fight Poyo and George, but Poyo and George survive. Aura climbs a tree to rest. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs. The feast, who will go? Jose and Tiju go, and Jose severely slices Tiju with a sword. Joshua stuffs a bundle of dry clothes into a backpack before sprinting away. King Kirby doesn't go, George doesn't go, Aura doesn't go, TJ doesn't go. Moogle stuffs a bag of dry clothes into a backpack. Colette does not go. Solar does not go. Poyo, Fluffy, and Brandon comfort each other but grab what they want to slowly avoid conflict. Alright, day 4. Colette discovers a cave. Jose stalks Joshua. Aura camouflages himself in the bushes. TJ receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Solar hunts for other tributes. Moogle defeats Poyo but spares his life. King Kirby severely injures Fluffy but puts him out of his misery. Brainish makes a wooden spear. George tries to spearfish with a trident. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Cole, Pixie, Tiju, and Fluffy. Rest in peace. Night 4. Poyo receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. King Kirby goes to sleep. Solar, Brainish, and Jose sleep in shifts. George receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Joshua tries to treat his infection. Colette, Aura, and TJ cheerfully sing songs together. Moogle looks at the night sky. TJ receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Jose, Poyo, and Solar hunt for other tributes. Joshua discovers a cave. King Kirby questions his sanity. Moogle makes a wooden spear. Aura discovers a river. George explores the arena. Brainish steals from Colette while she isn't looking. No cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Joshua begs for George to kill him. He refuses, keeping Joshua alive. Moogle, Solar, Aura, and TJ sleep in shifts. Colette throws a knife into Poyo's chest. King Kirby and Brainish tell stories about themselves to each other. Jose receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Jose overhears King Kirby and Joshua talking in the distance. Aura receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Colette receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Moogle, TJ, George, Solar, and Brainish hunt for other tributes. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Poyo. George, Brainish, and King Kirby successfully ambush and kill Joshua, Solar, and Moogle. Aura attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. TJ is unable to convince Colette not to kill him. Jose loses sight of where he is. Brainish shoots an arrow into King Kirby's head. George, Jose, and Aura hunt for other tributes. And Colette dies of dysentery. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Joshua, Solar, Moogle, TJ, King Kirby, and Colette. Rest in peace. Now we're at night 7. Jose climbs a tree to rest. Aura starts a fire. George cooks his food before putting his fire out. And Brainish receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Brainish explores the arena. Jose, George, and Aura get into a fight. And George triumphantly kills them both. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Jose and Aura. Rest in peace. We're down to 2. In night 8, and George dies from hunger. meaning the winner is Brainish from District 9. What a weird way to end this game off. Just someone dying from hunger. Here are the results. Brainish with a whopping 5 kills and George with 8. King Kirby had 6. Oh my god. I was 19. Chase was the last. That flood really killed a lot of people in the beginning of the game. A lot. That really had an effect. But that's the winner. Congratulations to Brainish. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this installation of the Hunger Games. We'll see you next week as we go into Velocity Edition of the McGrumps Hunger Games. I'll see you then.